All right, Shalom. Want to give all honors and glorious praises due to Yahweh, Ba'Shem, Yahweh, Ba'Shem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'Shem, Rekagadash, double honors and apostles and elders, a great millstone. Peace to Akim that's doing this work on the four corners of the earth. There's no such thing as black Hebrew Israelites, because nobody on this earth is black, and there's nobody on this planet that's white. The only people that have pinkish, reddish skin are so-called white people, because they're not white, they're red.
That's right.
But the video we're going to do today is quite interesting, but we're going to keep this short and sweet because of timing. This video is going to be about how the media is hiding out that has been over 19 shootings of really these Edomites killing each other. And we're going to go through some scriptures right quick, to bring this out. But go ahead.
Okay. This is Deuteronomy 30:7. It says, "And Yahweh thy power will put all these curses upon thy enemies, and on them that hate thee, which persecuted thee. And thou shalt return and obey the voice of Yahweh, and do all his commandments, which I command thee this day." And that's just to cover, the fact of the matter of that's what we're in the process. That's the time we're in now. We're seeing all the curses that were put, on the so-called Negroes, Latins, the Native Americans, all right, as far as hating one another, all right, of being envious of one another, stealing from one another, killing one another, all right, drug epidemics and the whole nine, and all those things that happened to the children of Israel being turned on our enemies, which our chief natural-born enemy is the so-called white man.
That's right.
All right, and that's why you're starting to see these things take effect. Well, as the scriptures would put it, the Egyptians against the Egyptians, and we'll get that. But that's basically going into the so-called white man killing his own kind.
That's right.
All right, because, these curses is starting to hit Esau. Even going into the opioid crisis, right, which, the powers that be, the so-called Illuminati, are behind that, right? They thought that would be something that would take effect on you so-called Negroes out there. But he done basically... he shot himself in the foot, so to speak, and those curses are climbing on Esau now at a rapid rate. You know what I'm saying? So that's that. Another script I wanted to get.
Oh, was that Deuteronomy?
Yeah, that was Deuteronomy right there.
Oh, did you want, it's kind of the same thing. I was going to say Zechariah. What chapter? I want to say either 2 and 8 or either 2 and 8 or 8 and 2, something like that.
2 and 8. Or the apple of the Lord's.
Yeah.
The water. This is Zechariah 2 and 8. "For thus saith Yahweh of hosts, after the glory hath he sent me unto the nations which spoiled you. For he that toucheth you toucheth the apple of his eye." Right. So for all these nations that, had a hand in, putting Jake in slavery, all right, keeping Jake on the bottom, being the last hired, the first fired and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? You dealing with the Lord's people right now.
That's right.
All right. So because of that, there's consequences you other nations gonna have to pay for that.
That's right.
So now, matter of fact, we're known as the firstborn of the Most High as a nation. Israel is known as the firstborn.
That's right.
So and not on that, we're His chosen. So what you think the Most High is gonna do against you heathen nations? He didn't choose y'all heathen nations out here.
That's right.
He's just using you nations, to chastise us through the Spirit for us going off. But in process of time, all right, that don't mean you get off. All right, you're not gonna you're not gonna just get what they say get scot free.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you got to pay for what you did unto His people.
You reap what you sow.
You reap what you sow. Okay. It says, "For behold, I will shake my hand upon them, and they shall be a spoil to their service, and ye shall know that Yahweh of hosts have sent me." So hey, that's what's going on right now. You other nations are getting your judgment. That's just the fact of the matter. You know what I'm saying? The Most High is just slowly, year by year, month by month, turning up the heat on you other nations, right? To show that the whole time wasn't sweet, you know?
Kind of. We're also at a time where, because when I was a kid, I remember back in the 80s, how Jake was catching the hell with the crack epidemic.
Yep.
I used to see how you Edomites, how much of a good time y'all had and everything. Now, it's the other way around now, especially with your women. Because I be seeing Edomite women with Jake kids all over now. Now that is something new.
God, right. Jake, hey, it's the Jake over. It's the Jake takeover.
God.
Hey, Planet of Jakes. That's what's going on. We're in the process of a power shift.
God.
For the scriptures say, "Hey, Esau is the end of the world. Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth." Right. So that's what you're seeing. Right. That's why all these Edomites are killing each other. That's why they dying off at alarming rates of all different diseases, right? Drug epidemics and the whole nine. Right. Because ultimately, okay, your judgment, okay, Esau, Edom, so-called white man, right, is slavery. That's what you're going in. You're going from shekels to shackles, right? So, hey, you just have to deal with that. Thus saith the Lord, Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. We can get this really quick. Oh, you said Egyptians against the Egyptians.
Yeah.
This is Isaiah. This is Isaiah 19. And I'll start at verse 2. It says, "And I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians, and they shall fight every one against his neighbor, and every one against his." Salaki, let me read that again. "And they shall fight every one against his brother, and every one against his neighbor, city against city, and kingdom against kingdom." All right, and that's what it is. that's what's going on right now. To where these Edomites are turning like a mean eye towards their brother, quote unquote. You know what I'm saying? They're being envious of one another. They standing amongst one another. You know what I'm saying? Even in terms of business. You know what I'm saying? Doing fucking just what they call it, extorting all type of money.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Behind each other's back. I mean, it's getting bad for Esau out here.
That's right.
Hey, we love it. Lord, what we be men of the Lord, and we love to see these and hear these type of news events, because that lets us know that the scriptures are real, okay, and that it's showing that the Most High Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai is making his return.
Because there's way more Jakes on this planet than you Edomites.
That's right. Let's see if there's a little more here. Nah, that's it on that. That's good.
Okay, and one more thing, before we close out, I wanted to bring up, because the biggest population that the Edomites have today is their baby boomer generation, and they been done making kids.
Yeah, right, God.
Yeah.
Good point.
Because like the people that's like my generation, it's way more us than it is them.
God.
It is.
God.
Because don't forget, you got the Northern Kingdom and Southern Kingdom. And you got the confusion of face. And that's why they want you to do that DNA crap to figure out who you is, whether you confusion of face or not.
God. Here's one more.
Okay.
Quick. This is Deuteronomy 7 and 7 and 15. It says, "And Yahweh will take away from thee all sickness, and will put none of the evil diseases of Egypt which thou knowest upon thee, but will lay them upon all them that hate thee." All right, and so for you people out there that didn't know, this is Egypt all over again.
That's right.
All right, just look at the back of your dollar bill. What you're gonna see, a pyramid, right, which represents, the time that the Israelites were back in Egypt, all right, under Pharaoh. But basically, in this time, Esau, he's the new age Pharaoh, right? And the Most High has him set up on a pedestal, just like he had Pharaoh, just basically for the Most High to show his might, so that he can show before the whole world that Esau ain't shit. He gonna tear him down, you know. But basically, all those diseases and all these different ailments that us being Israelites have received in this wicked ass kingdom, all right, the Most High is gonna put all those plagues, all those diseases on all our enemies, right?
That's
On
right.
all that hate us, You ain't gotta tell us. We know you other nations hate us because we see it through your actions. We can read your spirit. We understand and know that. So,
well, you Edomites are our twin brother anyway, so we're gonna know anyway through the spirit.
Kind. It's a little more. Matter of fact, it says, "And thou shalt consume all the people which Yahweh thy power shall deliver thee. Thy eyes shall have no pity upon them. Neither shalt thou serve their gods, for that will be a snare unto thee." So the Most High is not going to have any pity on you nations, and
That's
He ain't
right.
showing no pity as of right now. You know what I'm saying? Like I say, day by day, month by month, Most High just turning that heat up a little bit. All right, until this bitch end in thermonuclear fire.
That's right.
And that's how it's going down.
Yeah, so with that, we're going to give all honors and glories and praises due to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem, Rikar Kadash, double honors to the apostles and elders, a great millstone, peace to the Akim that's doing this work on the four corners of earth. Shalom and babal babal.
Babal babal.
Shalom.
Shalom.